Guys, I am so excited about this review I'm about to do. If you watch Merry Hour on Friday nights, you know we just did this end-of-year superlative awards sort of show, and one of the categories we had was the best comfort watch, and even though Cobra Kai didn't release a new season in 2020, I kind of had to go with it. I rewatched season 1 once and season 2 twice, actually, to prep for the release of season 3 and also to do some interviews throughout the year. And there's just something about the show that feels familiar, warm, fun, basically the best kind of dose of nostalgia. But even better, Cobra Kai is the kind of show that doesn't just use the nostalgia factor, it builds on it, and it does that with thought and purpose. And now, guess what? They do that yet again with season 3 that's hitting Netflix this time around. I'm kind of bursting with excitement to tell you about all the story beats that I just absolutely loved. But of course, not just yet with that. This is a spoiler-free review with only the tiniest bit of plot information. Here it goes. Season 3 sees our characters dealing with the repercussions of the big fight that closed out season 2. Pretty sure you knew that. So that's the only setup you're getting, and the only other things I'm going to reference are the things you see in the trailer for the show. So the very first thing in that trailer that I wanted to bring up here is Johnny's first VO line. I thought I was doing the right thing. That's an idea that a lot of the characters explore and have to come to terms with this season, and the concept paves the way to some very meaningful and well-earned transformations for a number of characters here. One of the things that I was most worried about with season 3 of the show is it being able to maintain that levity, but while respecting the fact that that fight at the school was pretty serious, and somehow they managed to do it. You get a glimpse of just that in the trailer for the show, that moment when Miguel falls out of the hospital bed. The charm is still very much there, but without ever making anything too easy on any of the characters. And speaking of which, what they're doing with Sam in particular this season really surprised me. She's in a pretty dark and scary headspace, and it's exciting to see Mary Mouser really dive into that. I have enjoyed her quite a bit in the last 2 seasons of the show, but the material she gets in season 3 really lets her, I guess you could say, flex her acting muscles, and she really rises to the occasion and knocks it out of the park. Another very smart choice from the creative team here that we do get to see in the trailer is the return of Kyler. Many of you know that Hawk is a personal favorite character of mine, largely because Jacob Bertrand is just so much fun to watch in that role, but they have consistently nudged the character forward as he continues to embrace the Hawk identity, and I just really love what Kyler's presence does for him in that respect this time around. Another big highlight this season, pretty much everything Courtney Hengler does as Daniel's wife, Amanda. Sorry to keep mentioning this, but I am kind of playing it safe here. In the trailer, we do get a glimpse of her coming face to face with Kreese, and in the full season, the choice to up her involvement there proves to be a real big winner. But another thing that really impressed me more with her in season 3 than ever before was her comedic sensibilities. Hengler gets some of my absolute favorite one-liners, and you could tell that it's her delivery, it's her intonation and timing that lets them land over and over again. As for our big 3 in the sensei department, John Hurwitz, Josh Heald, and Hayden Schlossberg, they just do it again with those characters. Even though the episodes of the show are only 30 to 35 minutes long, and there's only 10 episodes this season, they managed to add a lot to each of the characters, and that actually directly ties into something they might have brought up on Collider Movie Club while they were on the show discussing The Karate Kid. And they said this before I had even had the chance to watch the new season. They said that season 3 of Cobra Kai is going to send you back to The Karate Kid and have you watch that movie in a new light. My immediate reaction to that was, that sounds great, but you've already done that twice. Can you actually do it again? Not only do they very much manage to pull that off, but now they bring the same quality to rewatching The Karate Kid Part 2, courtesy of Daniel's trip to Okinawa, and I just can't get over it. I really want to keep going and just sing the show's praises, but I think I'm going to leave you there and tell you that I'm giving Cobra Kai Season 3 4.5 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. This show just makes me so happy I could burst, and without giving anything away again, I just can't imagine a better last 2 episodes of Season 3 than what they give us. So I've managed to keep myself in check with this non-spoiler review right here, but it's only because I am doing a spoiler-heavy deep dive when the show's actually released on Netflix on January 1st, so I can continue to gush over my favorite character arcs and moments of the new season, so do keep an eye out for that. But that is where I have to leave you right now. Before I go, I've got Patreon shoutouts to give, and this is a very special group because this is my top tier right here. These guys have had my back for so long, and it is so deeply appreciated. They are Luke, Ian, Billy, and Evan. And just because I know Evan's going to get mad at me if I don't do this, Evan, don't worry. Dimitri gets some great stuff this season. You are going to love it. Big thanks to everybody out there for watching this review. Don't forget to look out for that spoiler-filled conversation. I've already recorded it. It's mighty long and gets to a lot of great stuff that happens this season. So check that out when I release it, and I'll see you soon.